Hey, welcome back to Ruth and Ruby. I am so excited to be recording this video finally. As most of you know, we just had our grand opening here at the new shop, and those couple of months leading up to that were insane. So videos were hit or miss. So I'm really excited to finally be able, hello Lainey. She says hi. Hi. Can you say hey? Hey. That's her favorite word, but she's not gonna say it for us. So anyway, we are gonna go rummaging through my stash and see what we can find to flip today. All right, you guys, fully transparent here. My stash is a mess right this minute. So we're gonna see what we can clear out of here. Ooh, that red box might be a winner. No, I have a thing for jewelry boxes. I don't know why, but I do. I've got a set of canisters there we could do. I don't know. You guys leave me a comment down below. What would you pull out of this stash and work on today?
I'm not sure what happened to my actual footage here, but you all know how to sand. This little vacuum is amazing. I will link it down below. This thing is, I can't even say enough good stuff about it because it keeps my workbench clean and is super quick to get all that sanding dust up. All right, next I'm just giving it a good wipe down with a towel and some crud cutter. And I also took it to the sink to give it a really good wash on the inside because there was some dust like in the corners that I couldn't get out. So I took it to the sink and used the spray nozzle to get that out.
Okay guys, the next thing I want to do to this little recipe box is add a cute little design. So I'm going to use this one. This is actually a first generation IOD mold called, I believe it's pronounced paix. One, it's French for peace, however you say that. But stay tuned to the end of the video because I'm going to tell you how to win this one. All right, so I'm going to dust my mold with some cornstarch so that my clay will release easily. I just take a little artist brush and dust it in there. I need a little bit more actually. So dust it around like that. Take a little pinch of IOD clay. You can find all of these products on the website, ruthandruby.com. You can hit the collections button and tap IOD to search that specifically by itself. Make it easy for you. So I'm just trying to warm this up a little bit so that it will make it easily moldable. Okay. Smush that in there. Now you'll see these are before, stay in there. Cornstarch works well, doesn't it? These are before the micro rim that we have on the new molds. So I'm gonna take this applicator stick from my transfer and scrape off that excess. Just pops right out. Look at that pretty design. I'm gonna use my Type 1 Quick and Thick. I'll link this below. Okay, I'm gonna just eyeball this. Because once I put it on there, I can slide it around just a little bit if I need to and then wipe off any excess glue. But I think that position so far looks pretty good. So then I can take my tape measure and check for center. Okay, so it is down just a smidge, but that's okay. I want it to be down just a little bit. I gave this box 2 good coats of DIY's Farm Fresh, and then I sealed it up with a can of spray paint, the clear matte spray paint from Rust-Oleum.
because I just thought that would be easiest with the inside of the box. Okay, now it's my favorite part, wax time. So I'm adding a little bit of clear wax here, but you can see there's a little bit of dark wax left on my brush, which is great because I wanted to add dark wax into this anyway, because that's really going to get into the detail and just highlight that cute little clay casting that we put on there. All right, now I'm just wiping back the excess. I'm using a paper towel here, but I prefer to use something like a cut up t-shirt or any type of lint-free cloth. That's really what I prefer, but all of mine are at home being washed, so I'm using what I got, which is a paper towel.
Look up to the
Okay, next up is this little cutting board. It measures about 5.5 by 7. I'm gonna put dark and decrepit on it, and then I was like, no, I think I want it to be black with, with the little feet, because I like the color of these, so I think this is gonna work great. So I have seen a lot of risers lately, like they're huge, they're popular, but I don't think I've ever seen one black with white feet. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, to cut the feet for the little riser, I'm using my little 7-inch Ryobi saw. If you don't have a miter saw, this little thing is a great way to start if you don't need to make cuts larger than 4 inches. So I just zipped off the end of the spindle and then slid it to the 2-inch mark. So that was the way that I made sure every cut was the exact same size so that my riser will be level when I put the feet on. Since I really like the color of these little spindles as is, I'm just giving this a good wipe down with a Clorox wipe. Okay, time to zhuzh it up just a little bit. I'm going to use the mini grain sack pack from JRV Stencils. Again, I'll link it below. Everything will be in the description box for you. But I love these little mini packs. They are just such an easy way to jazz up something that's pretty plain and, you know, somewhat generic looking, just to give it that little something extra. All right, now we're going to glue the feet on this little riser. And while my hot glue gun warms up, I'm going to go ahead and put some Gorilla Clear Grip on each foot, because this is, you know, of course, this is what's going to really hold it. That hot glue is just going to be what holds it in place while this glue sets up. All right, let's seal that up with some Big Top. Okay, actually we'll go with liquid patina because I've got it handy. All right, next up is actually not a thrift find, but a trash find. So shout out to my girls at Annie's Restaurant for saving the cans for me. So this is, you know, one of those really large green bean cans. And I gave it a coat of spray paint in Rust-Oleum Flat Black, and then brushed on some White Swan by DIY and distressed it. So that's where we're at right here. All right, so I'm gonna use the IOD Lemon Drops transfer on this can, and we're gonna make a centerpiece for the table that I've got in this shop because it has lemon plates on it. All right, I'm just cutting apart the transfer here to get several different pieces so that I can lay them out on the can. And I'm gonna use the enclosed applicator stick to apply to the can. And you'll see here in just a minute that the ridges on the can were a little bit tricky. So I finally found that just rubbing the transfer straight up and down the ridges of the can, and it was kind of funny. It made
like some funny noises, and it reminded me of when you use random things to make music at school as a child. But anyway, so I just rubbed up and down, and then after I had it adhered enough to remove the carrier sheet, I was able to take my finger and go in between the ridges to get it really stuck down well in between all the grooves. All right, now for some finishing touches. I'm gonna use DIY's dark wax, and just at first I wanted to kind of just go over the transfer, but then I decided that the can itself was still pretty like stark white. I decided to hit some of the can itself too, and I really like the color that it gave. Some of the areas of the can grabbed that brown wax a little bit more than I really wanted it to. It kind of looked a little bit dirty. If you ever have that issue, just take a clear wax. You can either do it with a brush, but here I'm doing it with a paper towel, and I just dipped it in a can of clear wax, and I'm going back over some of the spots on the can and using it as an eraser.
All right, you guys, that is it for today's flips. I hope you had as much fun as I did. Let me know which one was your favorite. Let me know in the comments, and be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I just want to take a moment to say thank you to everybody that has subscribed, liked, commented over the last few months. I cannot believe how quickly this has grown, and we have one video that hit 10,000 views. I will link it right here and in the description below, but that just blows my mind. It blows my mind that we have a video that has done that well, you know, because I just posted my very first video in February. So to say thank you, I'm gonna give away that mold that I showed you, and how you're gonna win it is to simply like this video, make sure you're subscribed, and share this video with a friend. Any friend, doesn't matter how you share it, doesn't matter if it's on social media, doesn't matter if you send it in a text, whatever feels good to you, just share it with somebody. So, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you in the next one.